Who volunteers as tribute? Who feels like they need inspiration the most?
I mean,
As we
I
head
feel I
into the
need
end
the
game.
inspiration the most, but I totally forgot to write things down last time, so I can't remember a lot of things. Go me.
I have inspo if anyone else.
I do too, so I'm deferring, but I'll do it if nobody speaks up.
Okay. What happened was, from my recollection and my piss poor memory, the divas came to collect us. We kind of rushed to finish some important things on the material plane, and then we went with the divas, who took us to Sarenrae realm, which was gorgeous, by the way. Good job, Sarenrae. In which we met up with Ioun and Io and Sarenrae, and we were given rooms because Pelor was taking a sweet ass time. When he showed up finally, everybody met just outside the gates of the city. Io was being a sneaky bitch and staying out of Ioun's zone of truth because she's smart. Pelor is an actual, like, the worst kind of man ever.
Yep.
So that's a thing. We talked about it. We convinced Pelor that, like, hey, maybe we don't kill Bane. We just talk to him and then figure out how to deal with the bigger problem, which the bigger issue is Chained Oblivion that will destroy everything. And Bane kind of is just an asshole, which has fallen in line for most male gods that we've met so far. Really haven't found one that's different.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Sensing a theme.
All bow down to the feminist agenda.
Yeah,
Yep.
like.
Well, I'm gonna give this up to D&D developers because every male god tends to be like a jock because apparently that's male gods, and then every female god tends to be like an evil seductress, temptress, or mother goddess.
Yeah.
Pretty
Very
much.
true.
Yeah,
Very true.
That's very
Just
true.
like if a metal fan
so-
made all the deities.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
it's like a bunch of 40-year-old virgins made most of them.
Almost like that.
Almost like that.
Wait, hang on. Isn't that how they were actually? That explains
I think some of them had children at that point.
I
Maybe.
mean, barely.
But yeah. So Pelor was just like, alright, sure, I'll do that. That's my plan, though. You guys didn't make it up, stupid tiny ant mortals. So then Pelor was just like, we came up with the idea of meeting Bane on a neutral ground in the plane of Limbo, because, why did we decide Limbo again? I can't remember. Either way, we decided that, but we had to ask Lyra if we could, use her plane. And then Pelor was like, oh, don't worry about it, I got this. And we were like, fuck, no you don't, Pelor, but he had already walked away at that point. So then we sent Sarenrae to tell Lyra to, like, be careful, because dumbass is coming. And then we went back to our rooms. Riven talked to Io about the cursed Pelor blade, and Io was just like, disintegrate, and Riven was like, well, fuck. And then that was that for that item. We all went back to our places. Maya got visited by Saranthia. Jam got visited by Keyleth. Riven got to meet her mom, possibly. Fish lady. Yeah. Telesh had a talk with Cord and basically was like, listen, bro, we don't want to kill your brother, but also maybe, like, don't step in. That would be chill if we just didn't have to deal with you as well. And Cord was just like, no, I understand. But also, the next time you want to talk to me, don't be a little bitch about it and maybe get in a fight, because it's kind of like I'm going out of my realm to talk to you, which just kind of shows that you're my favorite.
Vibe, bro.
But like,
Yeah.
also, I need you to do a little bit more bloodshed because you're just kind of ruining our image. To which Telesh said, yeah, true.
Cool, bro.
And cool,
Yeah.
bro. And then Cord pieced out. But he's not going to bother us, which is nice. And then we went to Limbo.
Mm-hmm.
And from that moment, the moment we got to Limbo, we knew we had fucked up because we gave
No.
the DPS character.
No. Maya.
No.
fucked up.
It was
No,
a
no, no,
group
no,
dis-
no.
No, Roan,
No.
Roan, you don't
no.
know the story.
No.
I told Ash to do it. It was my
Okay.
fault, mostly.
Okay, so you're both at fault.
Yes,
Okay,
I agree with that. Sorry.
I won.
So me and Ash fucked up because we decided that a smart idea would be to give Jam foresight, and then we all paid for that decision with
I didn't
bullets.
pay for it. Jam was my friend. You two fuckers.
Yeah.
Shock fucks.
See, it was actually a very good
battle royale.
idea.
We were doing what the host of the Court
Yes.
of Illusions wanted.
Yes.
I would rather be shot with bullets than get my brain fucked by a god. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
Also, it took you triple advantage to hit me.
yeah.
I almost
But
had
fun
it.
facts, Jam won. And
Surprise.
so all of us but Jam are dead right now. Or like quote unquote
Unconscious.
dead.
Brooke
Dead.
is in her head clapping a whole lot. A whole bunch.
If you die in the
clap,
Court
clap,
of
clap.
Illusions, you die in real
Die
life.
in real life. But yeah, so that was what happened on the last episode of The Grey
On
Hunt.
the 18th of May.
And the poor decisions that the players of the Grey Hunt have made.
Yes.
But
You
no
have
arguing with
made many poor decisions.
It's true.
Just endless.
Uh,
really.
Now,
But we lived to this point, kind of, maybe.
who died first?
It was me!
Riven.
Oh,
It
there's
was here.
there's cat paws on my keyboard. 1 second. Okay.
And then
Brooke.
it was Brooke, and
Shortly
then
after.
Talash, and then Maya, and then
No,
Maya first.
No,
Maya,
then
that's
Maya,
No,
then
Talash
Talash.
outlasted
Talash
me.
second.
Yeah.
I figured I could have dragged it on longer, but alas.
I mean, what was the point?
Exactly. I could have raged a second time, but
I love Wallop.
Oh, it's pretty.
ooh. Oh yeah, that it's a bit good.
Best artist I am.
Very good artist.
Riven,
Yes.
you fall into nothingness. And you find yourself in a ballroom. There are a ton of people around you dancing. And it's one of those, those dreams where you're supposed to find something and you keep looking for it, but you're not really sure what you're looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
All right.
Why don't you give me an investigation?
All right.
Is it me or did Joe just groan? No, I think we're good.
What? Oh.
I'm taking Jam's nat once for investigation for him.
You're taking mine.
Uh,
So kind of you.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, you're quickly spun into the dancing crowd, and it's one of those like you try to push forward, but then people snatch you up and spin you around, and pretty soon, like It's a massive ballroom, and everything looks like there's an arch and there's an arch, and there are plenty of doors. But which one did you come through? And what is right and left? And you're not really sure anymore. You get very disoriented. Occasionally, like, you can hear the clinking of crystal glasses, people laughing, snippets of conversation in various languages. What would you like to do?
And, is all of my shit still gone? Like spells and that I have used in the fight? Do I have no health?
No.
Okay.
You can click like the long rest button.
Okay,
like,
thank God.
it. As it was said, this is an illusion. Nothing is real.
Cool. I'm a wild shape into a bird. And fly above the crowd.
Okay.
Into a little hawk, so I have better eyes for which I can
Okay.
look around.
How high up are you going?
I don't know, like a foot below the ceiling. I want to be as high up as I can, but I don't want to be like right against the ceiling,
Okay.
if there is one.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. That's a little bit better. That's a 20.
Okay. Do you read the contents of this? Mhm. Okay. We will get back to you, Riven.
Okay.
Brooke.
Brooke.
In very similar fashion, you fall, and suddenly there are like doors opening in front of you, and it is a ballroom filled with dancing people, spinning around in dances that, while the dance itself is not particularly familiar to you, the concept is like you have similar things where you're from.
Now I have a question. Do the dancers seem happy, or is it like...
Give me an insight.
Ooh.
It's a mix. Like, some of them are like obviously enjoying the party. Some seem to be like lovers who are kind of quarreling. It's pretty much what you would expect from a large gathering of people. But there is something that seems off. It's not so much their emotion, it's more... It's kind of like it's on a loop. Yeah.
We're still in the illusion.
I mean, you're literally on a plane of illusion. to assume anything you see is not an illusion is a mistake.
And nobody seems familiar to Bricky Brick?
Give me a perception check.
Oh my god.
Killing it with
Yeah.
these rolls.
See, you took all the nat 20s that Talash was saying.
I
he
was gonna
going
say
to
I
get.
can't wait to see what Delesh.
Yeah, you know what?
I took the nat ones, Brooke took the nat 20.
There is someone that does seem familiar. Just that like staying at the edges of your vision.
Brooke would try to be super, oh god. She would try to be smooth and like dance her way over to them.
Smooth. I'm so torn what to ask for here, but it's going to be a stealth check.
Okay. Are you sure you don't want performance?
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be like, it's more of a case of blending in, I feel.
So she starts doing the Macarena.
I mean, it is a 13, not a 3, because the first roll was an 18 and a 14.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You're that awkward thing, you like bob your shoulders and like snap.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oof. But also it's not awful. When you get closer, you get a better look at them, and it kind of looks like the mask, Maya's mask. The one time you saw it off Maya's.
Maya! Hey, Maya!
Figure does not respond to you. Other than like for a second ducking out of your vision as like some dancing couple twirls. Have you guys seen Labyrinth?
Only like
Yes.
a billion times.
The ballroom scene in Labyrinth?
Yeah.
That's kind of the feeling of this. It's kind of like a game of cat and mouse.
Well then. What would Brooke do? What would Brooke do? Brooke is gonna cast light on herself
Mm-hmm.
and start dancing.
What is it that you're looking to achieve? You want attention?
Brooke is becoming a beacon for her friend. While
Okay.
also enjoying the party.
Okay. Maya.
Maya. Alright, so I find myself in the same ball,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming. So I'm gonna glam my armor up to look like a snazzy lady tux in a masquerade mask. Blend in a bit better, and I'm gonna go looking for really anyone.
Give me a perception check.
I'm still rolling to GM.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 16.
We were doing all that secret shit with the illusion and which one was the real you. Yeah, it was great.
Good times.
It almost worked too. Yeah, it's a ball filled with a lot of people. They seem mainly of the humanoid. Like there's a couple of oddballs in there, but nothing that truly stands out. And you can see one very familiar face, which is Brooke doing what kind of dance? would be popular in
The Shattered Teeth.
the Shattered Teeth? Brooke, I will accept your input on this.
Oh no. See, I don't know what Brooke would be even capable of doing because she's a very clumsy book.
Capywara.
I
The
would see her
swim or the
just...
snorkeler?
She's doing
'Cause-
the lawnmower.
Well, while I understand the intent of that, the reason I'm asking is because of like the culture in the Shattered Teeth and the culture that it's based on. I was kind of imagining something along the lines of like this.
Oh, okay.
Which
That'd be
would
okay.
be attention grabbing. But it's mainly like that's the culture that the Shattered Teeth is based on. Like if you were
Oh, yes.
Marquesian, it would definitely be belly dancing. But it is more like African and you know a bit of
I just remember the capital was based off of like almost like Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make my way over to Brooke because I'm pretty sure she's not illusion.
That's mean.
Why would it be mean that my friend isn't an illusion?
It's true.
And hey, I didn't even murder this one. So
And
that's
then Maya
even better.
wakes up. Her entire life is an illusion.
I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
God damn. That was dark.
So, Brooke, you see Maya walking towards you, and at this point, we will return to our good friend Riven. Riven, the roof
It's on fire?
the roof is very far away.
Oh, God. Does it keep getting further away from me as I fly
Yes.
to it? This some fuckery is what this is.
But it's like when you turn and look back down, the crowd is no further away from you than it was to begin with.
It's an air treadmill.
Pretty much.
Lyra, this is some fuckery, I say in Hawk speak. So I just screech loudly in anger.
She screeches back in Hawk. I don't understand.
That's all I know in Hawk, and this sentence to explain that is all I know.
That is the only sentence I can speak.
I mean, do I see the shining beacon of light that is a dancing brook?
Yes. I think everyone sees the shining beacon of light that is a dancing bird.
Cool, I'm gonna dive bomb her. So that she doesn't just disappear.
Ah, what the fuck?
Claws into shoulder, and that's where I perch.
Yeah, and like Brooke, you've just seen Maya walking towards you, and like it's probably a bit of frantic waving, and then suddenly a hawk just fucking falls on your head from the ceiling.
Oh my god.
And then I pop out of wild shape on her shoulder.
And we're both on the ground.
Riven and Brooke, give me a strength check.
Ooh, I even
Rank
get one?
check. Yeah.
Just straight strength check.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not a strength save?
No, it's a check.
Damn it.
Oh,
Well, consistency. Consistency.
1, 2. Riven,
Yes.
you're on the bottom.
Oh.
Brooke, you're on top.
What?
As the two of you both crumble into like there's probably a little bit of rolling, like you suddenly overbalance when like a 1 pound hawk turns into like a 100-pound Riven.
I'm a little bit more heftier than that, but yes.
Hi, Riven!
Your armor is in my chest.
It's just mithril, you're okay.
Oh, okay.
Look at this pretty place!
I'm not about it. It's just an illusion. I'm getting tired of this.
Maya!
Maya, can
I
you
found
please
Riven!
explain?
Do
Is it just-
you guys need a hand up?
No, I got it. And I'll
Okay.
kind of like wiggle out from underneath and hop up, dust myself off. Why?
Meanwhile, Polash. I mean, there was a couple of rounds after
Mhm.
Maya left, with Polash dying very slowly.
Yeah, I mean, oh, that would be a terrible visage if I came over there with all the damage sustained.
But you don't, though.
Oh,
So,
good.
yeah, and the scene is much the same. You're falling through a void, and then it's one of those quick shift like you get in dreams when like suddenly golden doors open and you're ushered in, and it's a ball, and people are dancing.
Oh, I don't feel out of place here at all.
No, totally not.
Totally not.
This is just what your life is going to be like when you get married.
I refuse this. Actually, yes, I could, if a nobleman or noblewoman does something stupid, then they get punched.
That's fair.
However, yeah, this is not what he expected after being thrown, like after being shot so many times and bashed by divine magic. He just stands and looks around, still pretty sure that this is all an illusion, but you know, what fuckery is this?
Give me a perception check.
Give me a natural one. I will be forever lost in this realm.
Yeah, there are plenty of couples in various formations dancing together. It is the formal kind of dancing that you've grown accustomed to seeing both in Tal'Dorei and in Wildmount. A lot of like twirling in and out of circles. And in the distance, like maybe 70 feet away, you can see a faintly glowing presence.
Don't recognize anything, just see something glowing.
Yeah, like it's obscured by a bunch of dancers, but you can see that there's definitely a light there. Like, more than the candles that...
Yeah, it stands out.
Yeah.
Well, catching one's interest, I'm gonna scoot around, like, as much as on the edge
Excuse
of
me,
the...
pardon me.
Yeah,
Excuse me,
like,
pardon me.
and if someone doesn't move, just shoulder them a bit.
Yeah, and like there's like a bit of a clearing around the light, and it soon becomes apparent why, as it appears that Riven and Brooke are in some kind of wrestling match. They're on the floor, I mean. And you see Maya standing close by as well.
So we come from one fight and they're already at it again.
Wasn't fighting. Promise.
Okay. Fair enough, but...
I won.
You only won because I was on your back to begin with.
Well, do you know what this means?
That
You'll need
we're
to
in
have a
another fucking illusion. Except
No.
this one's more irritating.
Well, yes, it's more irritating, wasn't what I was meaning, but
Oh.
you have a rematch at some point to settle. However, yes, we are in a really annoying realm.
Maya,
kinda
why
like this
does
one.
Lyra do this?
I mean, Lyra doesn't believe there's any value in truth. The more lies you can tell, illusions you can weave, the better in her mind.
I really like your dance. This is really great. I love this party.
I thought she might wait to appear until we were all here, but I suppose Jamorn won the little game.
Yes.
So does that mean he gets stuck there? 'Cause he didn't
I-
die.
I hope not.
I doubt it, but
I mean, he
That's
has
the
options,
case.
though.
yeah, he'll figure it out.
Jamorn,
Hi.
one by one, your friends have fallen, as you have provided blood for the blood god.
Mm-hmm.
Skulls for the skull throat.
Kawaii for the happy kawaii fun time gun. Um, and you're left alone, with only the swirling mist around your ankles for company.
Mm-hmm.
It's quiet. Very quiet, and also that song was getting annoying. You see something rising up from the mist.
Okay. How far away from
Almost
me is it?
like 10 feet.
Okay.
Vaguely humanoid. It's sort of like taking on shape.
Sure.
And you see Killith. Well done. Well done indeed. Now, wasn't that a fun little game to play?
I mean, not really.
Oh, you didn't like my game? That's okay. I have plenty. Would you like another one?
I think I'd like to get on with what we're here to do.
Really? You want to face Bane already? But you've only just arrived. And it is like so incredibly creepy as she kind of steps into your space and like boops your nose. Because it's like a very, you know, that she could mimic Keyleth
Yeah.
to the point where you would think it was really Keyleth.
Right.
She is a master of illusion. But now she's not trying. Like, she's taking Kiki's shape,
Yeah.
but it's not her voice or her mannerisms. And a lot of the mannerisms that she does do are give me an insight roll. Yeah, like there's something overtly sexual in the way that she's like you and Kiki have if it's anything, it's more of a sibling like relationship where she's your big sister.
Right.
And it's definitely does not have a sexual component. So she's like putting it in to a nerd, like to make the discordance between what you're seeing and what you're hearing and experiencing being even more extreme.
Right.
You want to face Bane already?
I mean, we came here to do a job.
And you're ready?
Are you suggesting that this somehow helped? If it's help you're offering, then we'll take the help. Maybe I just don't understand.
Bane is a creature of violence.
Me too.
I hear you want to talk to him, but you're gonna have to knock some sense into that stubborn head of his before he's ready to listen.
I figured as much.
But if you guys are ready now, I'll be happy to take you to him.
Where are the others?
In a waiting room. They're having a ball, trust me.
Well, what else can we do here to prepare?
She gives a small shrug. I don't know. Humans are strange. Do you have any preference for a battleground? I can make it however you want. Would you like home turf advantage or something more neutral?
I mean, any advantage we can get would be useful, but will he still come if he knows that the battlefield isn't at least even? I assume he's going to come assuming that where he stands is a battlefield.
As you wish. And she sort of claps her hands. And I move some token pieces into the correct place. Back at the ball. You guys are having a ball.
No.
Riven is using Talesh's arm as a punching bag.
Say, what do you guys think happened to our triumvirate of goddesses? Our little entourage. We haven't seen them.
They are
Yeah.
probably having tea somewhere.
I bet Io won.
One.
You think
Well, yeah,
they
they had
fought
to do
like
this-
we did?
Probably.
I-
Isn't that what Layra wanted?
I think that they didn't fight and that they broke through the illusion with their power and friendship.
Yeah, so Io 100% won.
Yeah.
If they fought, yeah. Or maybe Sarenrae.
Sarenrae.
Or maybe
Fatally
Ioun.
setbacks in power. Maybe.
I still put my money on Io. She was ready to throw down with Paylor when he was around.
Oh god, what?
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 I mean, I wasn't talking about anyone.
Yeah, Jamorn. please push your long rest button before we get.
Are you kidding?
Okay, so quick question.
Riven went to punch Telesh and just goes,
No.
I used
Yeah.
I used consumables. Was that also
Yeah,
an
you
illusion?
didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, you
okay.
didn't use them. Like
Okay.
Oh.
everything. If you had told me, I would like the floor to turn into mist and grab Riven and pull her and try to drown her. That it like I tried to give you some pointers. None of it was real. Like you were in an illusion.
God
Okay.
damn
But I
it, we
didn't think
could
I
have
could
fucking
direct
played
the
the
illusions.
mage.
That would have been
Mhm.
fun. I had all of
We
my
could've
own
played the
illusions.
Matrix.
So.
We're still in an illusion.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Can Bane
I
be
hope-
Bane's 3 feet tall, please?
Just
No.
put me in a bubble.
No.
Just I don't
No.
want to be here.
I mean,
See,
if you
it
had
doesn't
figured
work.
out any of this shit, you might have had some advantages here, but you didn't. So here you go.
I figured
Your
it out.
blood for the
Mom,
blood lord.
Mom, can I be big?
You are in a room. It is not very large. There is a staircase behind you. See?
Something? You can't fit in the stairs.
Staircase.
He can't fit, right? He's too big.
I mean, he'll probably just break them.
Yeah, he'll go through the floor if he has to.
And he is standing on what appears to be a plateau of skulls in a ditch of blood.
Yay.
And it's definitely Bane. It's just I didn't actually have a token for, his twin brother, so I was just like, fuck it,
Yeah.
I'll use Bane's token for it.
Brooke waves.
I see something popping up on my screen.
Yeah, I'll keep that 25, sure.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no. Roll high, Joe. Roll high.
I mean, he can't not roll high. He's got fucking advantage. Does Jam still have foresight?
Yes.
He
Thank
does.
fuck.
Yep.
Okay, hey, buddy, you got this. We're gonna go. It's all you.
Yeah, we all.
did you roll your initiative with advantage?
I did.
Yeah. Good.
I have it from
Being a ranger.
Ranger. Yeah.
Okay. Let's just pop out Bane's character sheet. I hear smart and select token. And roll for initiative.
Anyone that knows information on Bane, is there anything he's afraid of?
No. Probably not.
I will allow one religion.
Brooke, you got this.
Brooke.
Brooke.
Definite Brooke.
Yes!
Brooke.
Thank you. Yup.
Yes!
He is immune to necrotic and poison, as well as bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magic.
Okay.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
I will just give you his immunities. Necrotic and poison, immune to that shit.
Okay. I have one cantrip that I won't ever use then. Wonderful.
And settings. You actually rolled. I deleted the 25 and then you rolled the 25. That is fucking amazing. man.
Yes.
Kudos
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you.
You go first.
Fucking him up. Fucking up.
Tell him
Come
why we're
on.
here. Tell him why we're here.
I don't fuck people up.
Yeah.
That's
do.
not a thing that I do.
I mean, you fucked all of us last time, so.
Yeah, you guys are easy.
Fucking rude.
God doesn't get charmed. My
God damn.
All right. I mean, this is a
Talk
waste
to him. We
of
don't
my time,
want to
but-
actually attack him.
What?
Talk to him. That was what we came here for. We didn't come here to kill him. We came here to talk to him. He's not the big threat. The big threat is the thing that will destroy everything.
He's aligned with.
We don't know that.
I mean, I will hold animate objects.
Uh-huh.
And I'll just say, hey, Bane.
Wow.
I mean, here's the thing. Do you want to cast animate objects? You can casting it as an action, then you can move it and attack with it as a bonus action on.
You don't have
Right?
to attack when you animate.
Yeah,
It's
Right,
like spiritual weapon. You just summon them.
and like if you lose concentration, like you're gonna lose the spell.
I'm gonna
slot
lose
either
the
way.
spell slot anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so,
So
I'll
you
animate
you cast animate object on what?
my quills.
Skulls.
Ooh, skulls. That would be fun. And they're already on the ground, so that they're technically more legal targets.
Those are his, though. Do you want to take his things?
Maybe he's stuck in here with us too.
I know, that's why I'm
Maybe-
saying maybe we just talk to him before we go, guns a-blazing. No offense, Jam.
Well, I set up that wrist strap right where I just like rip it as a free action and all my quills fall to the ground, and then I can animate them.
That's true.
So do that.
Okay.
Got a bunch of
Jam
floaty
more.
boys.
Yeah, he didn't respond at all.
No, he like
Why
raised
would he
an
even
eyebrow.
talk to mortals?
Yeah, he raised an eyebrow. But
Oh,
there is
fuck.
what you would only describe as a wicked bloodlust grin on his.
Wait, is a
What?
bonus gonna
Something
tell them to
similar
like
on-
defend me if like he charges in?
You think we can do anything to help you?
What?
I mean, you're not in the front.
Oh,
My
your little
objects.
quills. Your
like
quills.
if he
Oh,
comes
okay.
in at us, like they're in a cloud around me. You can
Okay,
tell him to like
so-
defend an area.
Yeah. So if he comes within 5 feet, like you need to give me a like if he comes within 5 feet of you with aggression, you will punch him with your quotes.
Okay.
Do the stab.
Mm-hmm. Jamorn.
Oh, God. Okay.
And I mean, Lyra pretty much told you you're gonna have to beat him
Right.
until he's able to listen. There is a HP value that you need to
Yeah.
reduce him to before he's willing to talk.
Okay, well, I'm willing to try. Okay, so... What do I want to say to him first?
This is for your own good.
Right, yeah, no, This doesn't have to end here. We need your help. But I understand this is the only way it's gonna go. And I'll move to there, and I'm going to... Okay, so I have 4 attacks this round because he hasn't gone in combat yet, and that's a ranger thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I doubt that hits him.
It does not hit him.
How about the 28?
That hits.
And a 31.
Hits.
And a 27?
That does.
Okay, so
Right.
48, 42.
134.
134. Solid damage.
And then I'm gonna action surge and do it again.
Yeah, you are.
Just because,
Yeah.
like, I feel like
This is why I gave you
front-loading-
foresight. Like,
front-loading
look at
this,
that
yeah.
natural one.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Okay, now I have to figure something out first. Because actually, what I'm gonna need is your ruling on it, Kristen.
Mm-hmm.
It comes. Oh, I need to get Mordenkainen's open. There is it Morden? No, it's.
Oh, do you
fucking
mean
Xanathar?
action surge on your first round when you get that extra attack?
Yeah, because.
Yeah. You
Okay.
get the extra attack.
Okay, alrighty.
He still haven't gone yet.
Right, and it is taking another attack action, which is the trigger for it. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll do another 4 then.
Yep.
Oh, one missed.
2 missed.
Two missed.
Fuck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so 50 and 48, so another 98.
Minus 98.
God damn it. I'll use my bonus action to Hunter's Mark him. Fuck.
You forget every time.
Well, most of the time I'm beyond 60 feet, so I can't.
That is very true. Oh, look,
God
it's
damn
his,
it, Laura Bailey.
it's his turn. He has disadvantage, right?
He does. I don't know if it'll matter.
He is going to...
I don't know if you can miss.
I'm so fucking scared. I don't want to know what he like.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm tanky. I'm not that fucking tanky.
Please do 60 damage per hit. That's
Okay,
not
that
Does
makes-
a 21 hit you?
Yes.
You take 35 necrotic damage, and I need a DC 22 Constitution saving.
Can I even do that? This is
I
really
will
gonna
say
depend.
that was a terrible, terrible damage roll.
I will luck another con save, and I add a 10 to it. Oh!
Wow.
Okay. 35 necrotic.
35 necrotic, and you cannot regain hit points for 1 day. You
Okay.
cannot be healed.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to roll a d6
Okay.
to see if he gets this.
Recharges it, yeah.
Yeah.
And your speed is reduced by half. Wonderful.
Yes, that's true. He does not regain
Well, he
it.
doesn't get it back. That's something, at least.
Fucking thank
So-
Not
God.
right now. And
Wait
then
a minute. I
Yeah.
can't heal Jam.
Nope.
No,
No.
you can't heal Jam.
What if he goes unconscious?
He
Then
dies.
He's fucked. He's fucked. He's dead.
Well, no, you can
Oh.
still
No.
make your saving
You can
get
throw.
up
you
on
can
a 20, you can
stabilize him.
stabilize.
You can
yeah,
stabilize
but
him.
he will remain unconscious for
Yes.
the next 24 hours.
Basically what happened to Maya with mummies.
Yes, because I was there
Oh.
for that.
Oh.
No, but yeah.
And to longsword it.
I love those disadvantage. Just like,
What's with disadvantage?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a plus 17 to hit. He has to roll like a 1 or a 2 to not hit me, I think.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Which
that has
is-
to
That
be a
he
1.
can't not hit me.
Basically, at this point, it's like
Well, if he rolls a nat 1, he misses. It doesn't matter. Like,
Okay,
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Woo! Let's snap once, please, boy.
And that is the end of his turn.
So how much damage did Jam just take?
I believe the metric is a shit ton.
70, 85. well in the 120 something, 30 something maybe.
Okay.
93 on
93.
the last round, and then
35.
plus 35, yeah.
Jesus
So
fuck.
28, 128. Well,
He's still up.
Oh yeah.
And
Well, if you die, I can reincarnate you. I promise.
tell
Oh,
us.
and then he becomes a gnome. Yes. Please.
I mean, we have a cleric who has much
Yeah.
easier time.
Yes.
Bane is roaring with the bloodlust.
I will match the roar as I rage.
Uh-huh.
I would like to rage.
Uh-huh.
And then go... Is he up? Like, is he more than 5 feet up right now? Because I will chase him up those gold stairs.
No, like you can hit them from there.
Wonderful, because I figured that I'm not going to take the chance he rolls a natural 1, so let's go with Reckless from the beginning.
Okay.
There's no way in hell I'm ever going to hit that tracker. I'm debating.
Well, he's gonna hit you whether or not you do.
Oh,
Like,
wonderful.
You're
Nice!
We did it!
We did it! We
Deal
did it.
his
Pete.
soul. No, just kidding. I know it's only when they're like low.
But still, no, they need.
Do we at least know what it does now?
The thing is that, no, wait. Is it really only one? Oh yeah.
roll 68.
68. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty.
Not
That's
bad.
decent.
Yeah.
You do an additional 32 damage, and if he had not been a huge creature, if he had been one large or a medium creature, he would have been decapitated and immediately died.
Oh,
would've been
no!
nice.
It's the Vorpal sword, you guys. It's Vorpal.
Oh
Okay.
That's awesome.
no! But really, think about this. If I had done that in a duel,
Yeah.
You could
oh
have
my
just.
god,
Yeah, you.
I could have killed so many people. Shit.
You could have.
I could have
Collapse.
decapitated. Oh, yeah.
The second attack.
More
Yes,
attacks.
sorry. This time I don't trust myself, so I'm not gonna Great Wave Master this one.
Just put a huge gash in his neck.
But it does hit. Minus.
Oh, that's actually not
15,
bad. Huh. I prove this.
minus
What's
12,
my plus to hit?
minus 10.
Oh, that was so. It was a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
No, you used your bonus action to
Yes.
rage.
I did.
Riven.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Whoop. Move up here.
Also
I'm-
brave.
Yeah. I'm going to attempt to hit him with Monsoon.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to read something about my key. Okay, that's a bonus action. And then okay. Yeah. We're going try and smack him with Monsoon.
Oh,
That misses.
That misses. Okay, I'm gonna spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows.
Mm-hmm.
2 unarmed attacked. 1.
Miss.
Fuck
Yes.
me. I just want to know what his armor class is. God damn it. Okay. Well, that's all I can do, folks.
Brooke, it's your turn.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wait. No, I have an extra attack.
Or not.
I can smack again. Sorry.
And
That hits.
will hit.
And you know what? Fuck it. We'll toss that on there too. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
I do such little damage.
Brooke, it's your turn.
Woo!
For reals.
So what I want to do, I
You want
want to do this.
Oh.
I want to gear it so that obviously Bane is the only one affected.
Each creature in 10-foot radius spheres into. Oh, okay. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
What's your spell DC?
19 should be.
Okay.
How wise is this man? Not fucking
No,
wise.
wait, that was
What?
That
it
was.
is.
I
That was the
rolled
first
it
roll.
at this.
But it
That's
was.
It would still be a
disadvantage, but
15.
yeah.
It'd still be a 15. Unless he has advantage versus spell. Shit.
Even
That could
then,
act-
I mean, the
It's
two
still a
rolls are a 3 and
15.
a 10. It would still be a 15.
Yeah, it's still a
true,
15.
true.
Yeah.
Alright.
So he is confused.
You just
Booyah.
confused a god.
What up, my dude?
Brooke is very confusing.
Any bonus action?
No, I think I'm gonna hold on to them. I'm just gonna.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stay back here. I'll protect Maya.
Okay.
Thank you.
Actually, no. He's just gonna use a legendary resistance.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
God, yeah,
makes
okay,
sense.
that
I
makes
was
more
I
sense.
was
I was
like,
really hoping you didn't.
let them hang on to the hope. Yeah, any longer. would
right
be
until Maya's turn, then no hope.
No.
Well, then, if he's gonna cancel it, can I summon a spiritual weapon?
You may summon a spiritual weapon. No, you may not.
No, you
'cause
can't, because it's a level
2 leveled
spell.
spells.
Yeah.
You can do a cantrip
Ah.
if it's a bonus action.
I'm no.
Okay.
I have lighter spare the dying, which I'm gonna save. Save
For
the cantrip.
Jamorn.
Yeah, but Jamon who's about
Yeah, for Gamorn.
Thanks.
Maya.
Oh, is that poison damage?
I'm
Oh,
gonna
it's acid damage.
carefully scoop a star out of my robe of stars and just huck it out.
Hacha. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's very
That's-
good damage.
Yeah.
That is very good damage.
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna do this. You all get
Yeah.
14 points of.
That's magic missile, right?
Yes.
Yes.
He's going to shield.
Oh.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah, but we still
That's
get
a
the.
reaction.
We still get 14.
It
That
lasts
is-
the round though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Although only till his turn.
Yeah.
only until his turn. But
affect
like,
him
he
for
wasn't worried about all these other bitches. He's kind of worried about Jamorn, and he's coming up next, so he would like to have
Yeah.
shield for that.
Makes sense.
Yep. So we
That's
get
what's
14?
14, and you can use your reaction
To
to move your speed.
But
Without causing
remember, you have
an
half
opportunity
speed,
attack.
Joe. You have half speed.
You're right.
Goodbye, Jamon.
Cool. Wait, I can do 40. I can do 40. I would like to go 40 up the stair.
Okay, got it.
Rip is just like, I tried. I hit him.
I
It didn't
hit
do
him.
anything. I'm out.
Does the temp HP apply to me? Because it isn't healing.
Yes, temp HP
Not
does.
healing, yeah.
Yeah. So
And you
that
said
goes.
it's 14?
Yes, at our level.
Thank you.
Is that a curse? Wait, I didn't read what Black Hand is.
I think it's just an innate ability.
Yeah, it's an innate ability.
Does that mean it
Yeah,
can't
it's
be
another
dispelled?
one.
So it
Yeah,
can't
another
be.
one that he hasn't used yet.
So
Hello.
can the innate ability, can it be like greater restored?
I mean, I feel like we'd have to try.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, I don't go
You'll have
40
to try.
feet up the stairs.
Jamorn, it's your turn. Telesh, you're staying right there?
Oh, hell yes, I am.
Okay.
Good,
You're a braver
you take
man than most.
Yep.
Well, let's be honest. As long as he can't put me to sleep, he can't kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, maybe a god can do something.
Don't put information into the universe!
I like to do that.
No!
Well, you saw how it worked. I rolled a natural 20.
You did roll
Yeah,
that.
huh?
All that shit.
Yeah.
Jam,
Uh-huh. Okay.
what you doing?
Well, I'm gonna take... I'm gonna take this.
Hunter's marking.
He's already hunter's marked,
Oh.
so I'm gonna
okay.
use that.
I kinda skipped your turn.
Because
Okay.
I sort of have, like, all of the resist potions that I bought.
Smart.
That is
So I'm gonna
very
take
smart.
one of those. And I didn't have to disengage here because of Mantle of Inspiration, so that's pretty
Didn't
clutch.
have to.
Yep.
You're welcome.
So I'm gonna blast this boy. God. Let's see. How do I want to do it, though? I
Dude,
think...
that thing you fucked me up with.
Yeah, I was
I
just
mean,
gonna
I
say, do Super
could.
Quiet Fun Time. Do it!
I could do that.
Well,
You could
not
end
while
up
he has
dead.
shield
so
up.
you- Oh,
No.
yeah, he does have shield up.
Yeah, that's the only problem, is I don't really want to attack into that. So I think what I'm gonna do is this, without Sharpshooter. I think.
Yeah, his AC is very high right now. That does hit, though.
does the 33 hit?
Yes, it does.
Nice.
I mean,
And
if
the
it didn't-
28?
That's a miss.
I don't think 28 does.
No.
No.
28 misses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
At least
So-
with the shield, yeah.
So
Yeah.
he had an AC of 24 or 24, 25, 26. One of them.
Somewhere in that range.
In that range.
24. His
24.
base
Okay.
is 24.
So
I thought we were
30,
gonna hit-
46 damage.
Yes.
And then I'll move...
Get
Oh,
away.
wait. I
Get
think... Riven, are you standing, like, directly
I'm
next
right
to me for a
beside you.
reason?
Yes.
Okay,
We'll
so
try
should
and
I...
greater resist.
I'm going
Oh,
to greater
okay.
restore the fuck out of you and see if it works.
Okay.
I'm not damagey.
The trouble is that he can still get...
I have 40 feet of movement. You
Okay.
have 15. Go where you want to go.
Yeah.
I will be there and still be
I'll come
able to
here.
leave
Okay,
you.
perfect, okay.
Okay,
Good.
Get in the
good.
corner. That's-
Yep.
Yeah. Can he duck behind that wall at least? You have enough movement to
Nope.
get behind
Yeah.
that wall, don't you? Don't
Nope.
you?
Nope.
Fuck. Okay.
Oh, look, it's Bane's turn.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh, well.
I skipped his turn because I double-clicked. But that's
No,
okay, because he's
No,
going to hurt
no,
Telesh
his turn's not
anyway.
there.
Everyone knows the turn order is absolute.
You guys would be so fucked if that was the case.
Yeah.
It would, yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Very true.
Okay, what
Yeah,
is-
come
what
on,
is-
just give me the
Cord.
damage.
Oh.
My
fuck.
God!
Yeah, well, obviously you... And it's...
And blind
remember,
and
it's
deaf.
with advantage. So, 16. Just pointing that out for... whoever
Oh,
interested.
yeah, that's true. I'm just making sure. Yeah, no, it's fine.
We all have foresight on this blessed day.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw. I don't like that one bit.
What level is Greater Restoration? 5. Cool, I can cast it 3 times.
Come on, work.
Nice.
You.
Oh.
Okay. And I need to roll
32.
That is
roll
the worst.
2d6.
Wait.
Deaf, blind, and poison.
Black Hand, I'm supposed to be able to make a saving throw at the end of my turn.
Yes.
Oh.
To
You
end
can
that.
make it again. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, aces.
Okay.
Pending
So
the
he
text
does-
on itself on a success.
Yes!
Nice. Cool. I don't gotta waste no spells.
Come here, Jam. You need the good healing.
So he
Yes.
doesn't regain any of his special things, but he still gets.
yeah, he still smacks me like
Oh
with
my
a lot of damage.
goodness.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. I remember. I hope
Yep.
I can. So
Yeah.
minus 75 necrotic damage
Yes.
Yeah.
and
28
14
slash.
piercing.
14. Yes.
14. Yeah.
What? How you looking, champ?
Oh, I'm looking at 85 out of 192.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's fine.
It's
that's
not
fine.
too bad.
How's
Probably have a
Jam
whole
looking?
nother round until you're
Yeah.
on death's door.
Yeah,
How's-
it's
Not much
how's
worse
Jam?
than that.
Not much worse
A
than
little
that.
worse
Okay.
than that, but not much.
Okay.
Talash.
But I'm just gonna at
Oh,
this.
remember your temp HP. I'm sure you did, but
Oh yeah, I did. I did.
Okay, they're gone now.
They're very gone.
hey, if y'all get attacked this round, I can just do it again.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna keep on rolling with reckless, not with weapon master, because I don't trust it right now. I'm just a tank.
Hmm.
Ooh. What a good boy.
That hit.
It's a good damage.
Talash.
What? Oh.
How do you want to do this?
Seriously?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Really?
Woo!
You took 8 shotgun shots to the face in
Yeah,
the
he
first
did take a
round.
lot of
you
bullets.
need stronger illusion guides.
Oh.
Say that out loud.
Why are
He-
you being
He
in my
had
bag?
391 HP.
Okay, yeah, he got deleted in the first round then.
Yeah. Okay. He
Yeah,
took a
but
lot of-
but then like Jam's second round had 0 effect on him because it's
Mhm.
literally the one gun Jam has that deals piercing damage and isn't magical, and
It is
therefore
magical.
it's-
The ammo's magical.
there's no plus to it.
Yes, there is.
There's a +6 to it.
Where?
It's the
Ranged weapon attack modifier.
Yeah. Well, there's the
The scattergun, you mean?
No,
wait,
short fuse.
I mean, there's the proficient, then there's the dex, then the ranged weapon attack modifier, which I suppose it's your archery bonus together
it's
with
it's the
something.
+4. The +4 at the end is the +3 from the ammo and the +1 from the compensator.
I thought it was your like archery and other things. I didn't calculate in that damage at all. It says piercing damage, and I'm like, nope. Doesn't go through. You said the number, and I was like, I will ignore this number.
Yeah, no, that
Thank you.
was that's always I always use magical. That was the whole point of me
I
getting
feel
the
like you should
magical ammo.
change it. You should just say magic damage at that point. Then
It's
Well, it
probably
isn't
worth it.
always though. Like the reason that
yeah.
I don't is because it's in the modifiers thing. So if I'm using the +3 ammo, I click ammo 3. If I run out of that, because there's a thing where I can like run out of that ammo if
Yeah,
I misfire. So
okay.
like I have it set up that way for that specific reason, so I don't have to make 15 different versions of all of my guns and then 15 in the sharpshooter. But it's active and applied.
Okay, good to know. But
We can.
Bane does take a knee.
Oh.
no,
Oh.
Flash, no, no, bad dragon, bad dragon.
What would
You know that feeling.
you like to do?
You know that feeling when a god is offered up to you, and you really
No.
want to kill it.
No,
I don't.
no. Well, you promised your god.
Oh yeah, but yes, the
You
first
promised
attack,
Ford.
Yeah, the first attack would have taken a swing and just cracked into the side of his knee, and with the second one, stopping it just barely, just right at his neck and holding it there, staring him down.
Bane spits a little bit of blood on the ground, and he's like, her illusions are growing more creative. tiny maggot mortals facing down a god. What are the odds?
The odds are that the chosen of court is standing before you, and you have a lot of questions to be answered right now. So why don't you remain on your knee and we'll have a discussion, because we're not here to kill you.
Can I get Give me intimidation.
Oh, fuck me. Well, I can't intimidate anyone.
Hey, you never know.
Oh, yeah, what a bit?
Yeah.
It's above a 10.
That is what I'm saying.
That's one of the things when intimidation is charisma based. It's like,
I'll allow you to substitute strength for charisma.
16? It's
I
not
like
a lot
intimidation
better.
strength.
I mean, it probably
Yeah.
doesn't do anything to a god. But
No, he seems pretty unaffected. Jamorn, you hear voices from above you.
Oh.
Pretty familiar voices. And you see Io coming down the stairs. I won.
You won
And
what?
Ayun comes right after her, like, you can keep telling yourself that doesn't make it true.
I feel your pain, Io. I won.
I feel it as
I
well.
won too.
I want to. I was the one that made the decision.
You hear Saren Ray behind them. Can we just call it a draw and say that we're even?
We beat Bane.
So,
Jamorn.
Io.
You look like shit.
Thanks. I won too. Well, we all did.
What do you mean?
Like, Jam knows that there really isn't, like, if they want to, there's nothing he can do about it, but he is kind of, like, blocking the bottom of the stairs. Like, not in a way that's like, halt, you cannot pass, but, like, he is
You're
trying to
stalling
delay a bit.
so that
Yeah.
we can ask questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went through, a battle of our own.
Was it in that whirly mist chamber? That was bullshit. I mean, it was obviously cheating.
Yeah, all of the walls kept moving and stuff. I mean, I think that
know.
it was really unfair to people that couldn't, like, stay at range, I think. Of course, that benefited me, but I just really want to, like, engage them in a conversation
And buy
Are you-
some time here.
Ayun made 47 concentric chambers and then filled all the outer ones with poison while she hid in the interior one. If that's not cheating, I don't know what is.
I mean, that's really creative, though.
Yeah.
Ayun's like, thank you. That's what I was saying. She's such a sore loser.
I'm also just gonna put a wall of water right here. It's not gonna do much with gods, but I just want some, like, general blockage of vision.
Got it.
Okay.
Alright.
And Saren Ray's like, I don't see why we have to keep on arguing. And she's stage whispering to you, Jamorn, like, the battle was over like 15 minutes ago, but they're still arguing about who won.
That's alright. At least hopefully there aren't any hurt feelings.
Oh no, I wasn't
Permanently.
hurt. I wasn't hurt at all. I just created the plane of invulnerability and sat there listening to them argue.
Must be
Fucking
nice.
There was a
Bullshit.
lot of yelling.
So,
Did you meet Lyra?
I did.
She's very nice.
Yeah, she's never met anybody like her before.
Riven and Tolesh, are you having some sort of conversations with the god over there while
Yes.
Jamorn
Yeah.
is stalling?
Yes. Yep.
I suppose we hear this a little bit.
Mhm.
As soon as I hear
Thank
voices, Riven has cast Water Wall to block off basically vision from
Thank you.
of Bane.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Just ask the right questions. That's all I ask.
I
Thanks, Maya, for your support.
like ask the right questions. Like, what are the right questions?
Listen, we have a limited amount of time, and honestly, you are I mean this in not an offensive way, but you are not the biggest problem we are facing, and you should also know that. What do you know about the Chained Oblivion?
That's a dangerous question.
How dangerous would it be? Because currently your options are you give me an answer, or I tell my friend to let 3 very angry people come down here and deal with you themselves.
And by people, we mean gods, such as yourself, not mortals. And they really do not like you.
They tried to contain him. They were fools. They should have killed him when they had the chance.
I'm in agreement with you, considering the current state of affairs. You know he's free now.
He was always free.
Do you know how to kill it?
You can't kill the Chained Oblivion.
There has to be a way to stop it.
Yeah, the same way they did it the first time. Burying him in a ditch deep enough that no one would think to penetrate it. Somewhere at the outskirts of all known worlds. Where there's nothing for him to eat.
Do you know where it is? Right now.
Yes.
Where?
There's a dog barking.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and that dog's gonna go bite your ass, Bane, if you don't stop.
Telesh. Riven is just gonna put a hand on Telesh's shoulder.
No.
Down, boy.
If we don't find a way to stop it, everything we know is going to get destroyed. And everything that we know gets destroyed, that means you and all of the other gods are out quite a considerable amount of divine worship. So I think it would be in your best offer to help us find and defeat it. I know that we can't.
There's a
kill-
small island on the edges of the prime material plane.
Mhm.
He roams that island. A small rock filled with earth, dirt, and water. And
That's it.
people. Pathetic, whining people. I wanted... to purge it for the good of all of mankind. All of my kind. Banish it to the realms where no one would be able to find it. Where the multiverse would be safe.
And what stopped you?
There was a spirit. A divine spark on that rock. She was powerful. Powerful enough that she had sway with the other gods, and she pleaded for her rock and for her people. The other gods let their tender hearts lead them astray. And they risked all of creation in order to keep their promise to her, not to hurt those who lived on that tiny little rock.
See, I'm going to be that guy even if I can't see through it. Is he speaking truth?
I mean, roll me an insight.
Yeah, I mean, hey, yeah, oh yeah, he's speaking the truth. Damn.
I would like to give myself guidance, and then I would also like to insight his truthfulness,
Sure.
please. Fuck me.
I mean, here's the thing. He sounds like he's. There's enough disgust in his tone
that this is probably truthful.
Fair
that.
enough.
But he is a god, and you're pretty sure that if he was lying to you, you would have no fun.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. Is the one with the divine spark still on the island? Still protecting us?
Yes. I tried to get rid of her before her whispers penetrated the Divine Council, but I was too late. Her poison had already taken root. They were too afraid to do anything.
And who were she?
They called her Ion.
Bitch, I knew
They
it.
called her Io.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Bitch, I knew it. Yep.
Fucking
knew it.
Do you have the ability to leave?
Leave here?
Yes.
Of course.
I would do that immediately.
Why don't they have
Yeah, I'm going to need like a minute or two to...
okay.
We can buy you a minute.
Have we?
How much of that did I hear through the water wall? Considering I'm right on the other side of it.
Most of it.
Okay.
Yeah, with a 31 perception. And you have observant, don't you?
I don't have observant. I
That
once thought
that
I
was
did
Kestrel.
because another character did.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Io isn't protecting it currently. We know where she is.
Good. Then maybe it's time to get the job done. We failed at so many years ago.
That would be. So removing the people from the island. Getting rid of it. That'll stop it?
I mean, they're just humans. They're a dime a dozen. We'll just banish the planet into one of the other realms.
No, the planet?
Yeah, the little rock.
Why do you
We
think
just
that-
mean the island that it's on, not the whole planet.
Yes. Exandria. It's a tiny, meaningless rock. Home
Oh.
to maybe a minuscule, maybe
Oh wait, it isn't Wildmount? I'm okay with it.
Accumulate.
20 million souls in total. Nothing major in the scale of things. If she is no longer keeping it safe, she tied her own spark of divinity into the planet when I tried to clear her out of the way. As long as it was there, we were locked into a standstill.
Oh, fuck. Can't
But-
believe you've done this.
Can I?
You say that's no longer true, then.
I'm walking through the water wall.
Can you swim?
Jamorn, yes.
Can I? I mean, I want to open my mind up to Saren Ray, and I don't know if that's something I can even do. But I mean, I have for quite a while, not worship, but Jem said a Saren Ray thing. And I just want to put the thought out there, looking at her. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just have to make eye contact in a way that's hey, can you get into my brain real quick? I want to know if there's a way that she can guarantee that nobody can be hurt for a period of time. I don't know if that's something she can even do, but I feel like
Just
getting
a nice little room
these
of
people.
invulnerability.
Yeah, I feel like getting, because she did say she can make that plane of, right, what was it, just a plane of invulnerability, and she just sat there. If we could get everybody there so that nobody can take out their fucking centuries, millennia old grudges on each other and have a conversation with
That would
everybody
be
in the
nice.
same room, so that we could get on the same page and maybe make a plan together, which was kind of the plan in the first place, instead of trying to play this game. And then we can have Ayun there too, so that the honesty thing isn't such a problem.
What you hear in your mind is, let's bring them home. And I think you see her plane. She's yeah, I can suck people into my plane, and
What she
her
says
plane
goes.
is.
That's a
yeah.
good skill to have.
Yeah.
I just pull
Okay.
random people into my house when I
And I
need to have
would
a
obviously be
conversation.
communicating that Bane is there as well, and that he's
Mhm.
injured, whatever. Okay, yeah.
And can I get Constitution saving throws from everybody?
Nice.
Of course you can.
Rook, you're fine. Maya, you're fine. Telesh, you're fine. Riven, you're definitely not fine, and neither is Jamorn.
You have terrible luck today.
DM inspiration, do I roll it again with advantage, or do I just roll an extra
No, you
d20
just roll just roll an extra d20.
I mean, I'm not using my DM.
I think I am just gonna luck it because
You also
I
have.
Yeah.
I do have two more
And you
points.
also have resilient. This is a saving throw, so you can use your
Yeah, indomitable.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're a
that's-
fighter.
It is an indomitable thing. Okay, I'll do an indomitable first. Okay.
There you go.
You're golden.
Okay.
Riven is the only one who's conked out puking. The last time you went to Saren Ray's plane, it was like, you know that you were going, there was a portal, all of it. This is not like, this feels like someone grabs
She grabbed me by the back of the head and like slammed me into the ground.
Like she grabs you through the belly button and then it's like boom, pulls you through like a fist in the gut.
Just a bunch of seawater. I just throw up seawater.
Yeah, it feels horrible. Because like it feels more like banishment than anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you find yourself on her plane. And we do have somewhat of a gallery of rogues here.
Actually, we don't have any rogues.
A blessing, really.
We're all
Yeah,
neutral rogues deep down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Untrue. I do not stab.
She would have
Yeah.
grabbed some other people too.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Oh god.
Oh!
That must
That
be
is
Lyra.
Lyra.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Bane.
The gang's all here.
Where's Pelog?
No!
Don't even bring him in.
No!
No,
Yeah.
I know.
One male is enough.
Wow, rude. So let me kill Bane right quick and Jamon. Thank
Well,
you. I can't
it's
kill.
more like she grabbed the people that were in like
That room.
proximity. Yeah.
Yeah,
And Lyra was there, even though you couldn't see her.
Yeah,
because...
he was sitting up in the rafters, being like,
Oh my god, this is so much fun!
yeah.
Right.
What a bitch.
It's basically a Saturday night for her.
Yeah. She opened up a couple bottles of wine.
Yeah.
She went, you know what's gonna be
Just
fun
eating
making
fresh
people?
grapes, just being like, do I thumbs this up or down?
And so you all appear, and there's like this moment of like you're in the courtyard, the same courtyard that you were in previous, where you have rooms like in one of the adjacent buildings. And everyone's just trying to get steady on their feet. Like it doesn't matter how good your constitution is, it's still a stress on your body. But everyone is fine except for Revan, that's puking up seawater in a corner of the square.
Yep.
And you can see like a bruised and bloodied Bane. His wounds immediately start to knit over and heal. Jamorn, yours do not.
What?
Your
I made my con
wounds.
save.
Oh yeah, you did. The
Yeah,
secondary. Yeah.
Okay.
And let's see. Sarenrae is kind of holding back a little bit. Bane seems to like shoulder up to restart combat.
I still have an axe to Bane's neck, just for good measure.
I mean, you did, and then you wobbled a little bit.
Yeah. no.
Io seems ready to fight, and Ayun is like, oh, poop. But even though you can sort of see hostile intent on people's faces, they are unable to fight. Like,
Thank
that's
God
really-
for Sarenrae's
Man,
Sarenrae.
I mean, this plane is basically like a permanent sanctuary spell that it takes a lot more than like a shitty wisdom save to.
Yeah.
There is no violence. Well, this is better, don't you think? Sarenrae is like looking around.
Yes.
Now we can have a civilized conversation about what we're going to do. And Io is like, you tried to kill me. And Bane's like, you wouldn't listen to reason. And Ion's like, I'm worried about everything. And suddenly, like, the plaza just explodes in shouted accusations. And people are talking over one another. And Sarenrae's just, like, leaning back. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna let them get this shit out of their system. Like, they're gonna get hoarse sooner or later, and then we can actually have a conversation.
Yep.
Am I not puking now, please?
I mean, you're puking for a couple of minutes, and then you're feeling pretty queasy, but ready to rejoin the party.
Okay, if they're still yelling, I just want to do that. Just in the middle of them.
Ow! I need my ears. I'm a musician. Another thing.
There's, like, I still have the scars where you plunged the dagger. And he's like, well, if I'd known you were going to be so prissy about it, I would have shoved it between your breasts so you didn't have to look at it, you know. And then there's like, boom! And there's... Next time I'm going to, like, just long enough that you think they're gonna stop before they, like, pick it back up again.
For gods, you're all just fucking children. This is ridiculous. This is not the issue. This argument is so fucking stupid. The world is gonna end if we don't figure out a reason how to fix it.
Is there a like a staircase nearby? Like what are we kind of standing
Yeah,
in?
like there's a plaza, there's a fountain that has like seating on the side of it. There's a couple of palm trees with a couple of tables and chairs around. There's also a staircase up to a nearby building. You have that leads up to the second floor where your rooms were when you were staying here last night.
If there's somewhere, either the fountain or the staircase, whichever is kind of like, I don't know if either is near Sarenrae, but especially if one of them is, Jem's just gonna like start taking his guns apart, cleaning things, letting this conversation happen. Like, they clearly have a lot of stuff that they need to talk about, and saying anything about it right now is just not gonna do anything for him. So he's gonna sit. He's just gonna let them work their things out, get their shouts out, and when they're ready, he'll be there, and yeah. But he's gonna make use of his time rather than smashing his head into this wall.
Fucking Riven wishes she had died so much longer ago. This is so fucking stupid. These gods are so fucking stupid. I have so many goddamn tattoos. I spent so much of my life worshipping dumb fucking deities who are just as worse as, or even more worse than mortals, because all they do is fucking bicker over stupid shit when they could just fix a problem.
It's like you think that divinity comes with like an inherent level of grace. It doesn't. They're basically just, a lot of them were humans. Like, they're still humans, just incredibly powerful ones.
It fucking shows.
How's Lara doing? What's she doing in all this?
She's
fucking eating cheese and drinking wine.
Yeah, he seems to be like having a pretty good time. Like she's changing form a lot. Like 10 minutes in, she changes into the form of Zara and like sidles up to Jamorn. Like, what are you doing?
And I think that he would like entertain it. Like, he knows what's going on by now. Like, I think that he knew when he talked to Keyleth the first time that like that wasn't Keyleth.
Yeah.
And is just like entertaining the questions in a way that like, okay, this is just what this person does. And, you know, like, not feeding into, oh my god, Sarah, it's you, like, knowing full well that it's another, but also not addressing it. Like, just having a conversation as she's presenting it. And yeah, just, you know, cleaning these and...
She's like, seems boring. Do you want to, like, find a room?
No, not really.
You didn't always used to be this boring. Is it being a parent to young children
No.
that made us so dour? Like, she is full on Zara persona right now.
Right.
And like, you know she isn't, and she knows that you know she isn't, but that's like the fun of it. Like,
yeah,
the
no, and
game
I think that, like,
she's playing.
and I think Jem
I'm learning so much right now.
Jem would play along, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, he's sarcastic, his sense of humor is very dry, like, he would go along with it, for sure.
You're very boring, she says. And then she sits down next to you, and she is basically a mirror image of Jamorn. Maybe I should go see her and see if she's up for it. She seems a lot more fun than you are.
It's because she is.
At least you have an understanding of things. And yeah, that's basically, like, she, over the court, like, it's gonna take them about 2 hours to run through this argumentative bullshit that they're doing. And, meanwhile, Ayun seems to be, like, nursing the beginnings of a headache and, like, wobbling between, like, I kind of want to cry, because, like, everyone is yelling and being mean to one another. But it's also, here's the thing, Io has a lot of built-up resentment for Bane. And Bane has a lot of built-up resentment for Io and the other gods, who he feels are, like, he feels he had the best plan.
Right.
Maybe he did. Like, it was at least by far the easiest solution, at least. And then suddenly everyone developed an overly active sense of compassion and morals, and we're like, oh no, we can't annihilate these special 10 million people. Like, we haven't just ripped apart planets in the past, but these are special because Io is our friend and we don't want to hurt her feelings, and also she gave us more power, and that's good because it's not bad. And he's like, that's fucking bullshit, and you're putting everything in creation at risk. Like, Bane is a bad guy, but Bane is a bad guy because he is
because he wanted to take a hammer to a window instead of trying to just figure out a way to unlock the door, basically, for a problem.
No, think of him as a veteran of war. Like, he's seen too much, he's done too much in order for people to live their happy, safe, nice little lives, that he doesn't fit into the world that he has created through his actions. He is a relic from a time that was much harsher, much more violent. All of the work Bane did to ensure the safety of the world made it into a place that's so soft he no longer fits, and therefore he resents. And you can find that in a lot of veterans. Like, they fucking tore out their soul for their country, and then they come back and they're too rough around the edges to fit in. And that's very much Bane. Like, he was the one who commanded the troops of light in the Dawn War. He won them that war. But the fact is, he is a man that thrives on a field of battle, and he does not do well in peacetime. And he has too much violence in him to fit in.
Half an hour into this argument, Riven is just going to walk over to the fountain and let herself sink to the bottom of it. just cursing
And
in
it's
Aquan.
pretty deep. You can just stick in the
Yeah.
bottom of it.
I'm literally just like laying down, arms crossed, staring upwards, just this constant flow of bubbles as I constantly am just swearing and cursing and really just being like, wow, I made the worst decision of my life. 30 fucking years worshipping deities and they're just idiots.
I think about 45 minutes in, you realize one thing.
Mm-hmm.
They can't not do that. They're in the presence of Ayun. All the resentment that they're feeling, they can't keep it inside. They can't keep it quiet. It needs to come out. Like, even if they wanted to rise above, to keep this a secret, being like, yeah, I'm going to shut out about my resentment because we have more. They can't. They physically are unable to. They have to hash it out.
It's
Because
still
they cannot
fucking
be
ridiculous.
untrue. I know.
It's still
And thank
fucking
goodness we're
ridiculous.
Nirvana, where you can't actually like sling magic at each other.
Brooke is going to walk up.
No, no.
Excuse me. Hi.
Who are you?
Which one?
Basically everyone. Hey, how would you feel about hashing all this out and doing all of this over a table with food, with drinks? Just
Excellent idea, Saren Ray says. Why don't you follow me? We'll put on a spread. This will probably take at least another.
Ribbon staying in the fountain.
Yeah, she's like, why don't we grab these tables and chairs and like arrange them in a nice, and then she starts organizing basically a luncheon.
and Brooke helps.
Yeah. Saren Ray is probably the most comfortable person that you've ever like. She's just nice, genuinely nice and sweet. You know, the kind of person that just gets dressed by like Disney cartoon birds in the
It's
morning.
really off-putting. I trust Saren Ray the least out of all of them.
But she just has that innate goodness in her that makes you comfortable in her presence, and also like that tiny bit resentful. But then you feel bad about being resentful. Like they can't help that they're nice. It just makes you see all the horrible parts of yourself that are like judgmental and cunty, and feel bad about them. This isn't about my sister-in-law. No. What makes you say that?
Jesus.
She is the best person I know, and sometimes I kind of hate her for it.
Mood.
I know. But yeah, after about 2 hours, they're like starting to run out of steam, and it's like, I hate you more. Nuh-uh. That they're at that level. Like they're
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. They've kind of like all the accusations, all the judgment. It's all out there now. There's no point in rehashing it. And people are ready to sit down and have a fucking conversation like civilized people. And that is where we're gonna take our break.
Woo!
Brooke has like set the tables and the chairs that were like in that shaded little area under the palm trees. Like there was cushions on the chairs, and there's like a spread of like a fancy lunch, basically spread out. I think most of the people that aren't Bane and Io have already sort of headed in that direction and are like sitting down nibbling at food. And as Bane and Io is running out of steam, Seren Ray is like looking up like, "Oh, excellent, you can join us for food now that you're ready to be civilized." And both of them huff over to the table and pretty much sit with their arm crossed. Like toddlers that have been scolded by their mom. So, any ideas on how to fix this issue? Seren Ray says that she's like buttering a piece of toast. And everyone's like looking at each other in dumbfounded silence.
It would be best if we didn't destroy Exandria to get rid of it, but also it would be nice if we could destroy it itself.
Yeah, that's...
What's not on the table is the destruction of Exandria. That's off the table.
And I understand that that's an option that was considered. And I understand that it would work, and I know what it's like to see the easiest solution and try to follow through on that, but I don't think that you, looking at Bane, can do that alone. And I don't know that we can do anything else without everybody's help. Including yours. So how do we avoid a situation like you ran into last time?
Ayun Ayun is the one who speaks. Tusserudun is older than all of us. More powerful than any of us. And he cannot die. He can only be contained. He does not need believers. He does not need power. He was a god before he became what he is today. He searched for power, and he found it. But What he found was a shard of creation. Something of pure evil. And that is why we cannot kill him. We cannot destroy him. Because unmaking a shard of creation would unmake the universe. It's why he was banished in the first.
Can it be taken from?
Yup, that one.
No.
Hmm.
Maybe it could have been a long time ago, but their very beings have intertwined. If you remove one, the other will regrow from it. It's how we locked him away the first time. We destroyed its physical form and buried the shard in what was then a lifeless rock orbiting a distant sun. But that rock grew until it was large enough to have a being in itself. And she glances over at Io. There was no life on Exandria. It was never our intention for it to have life. But Tazardun was buried long before the Dawn War. And his reemergence was what caused the Dawn War in the first place. Magic was stronger back then. Our powers were stronger back then. We carved away pieces of ourselves in order to contain Tazardun the first time. Gave up things that maybe we should not have given up in order to safeguard all of creation. It was never our intention that Exandria would exist. And Tazardun became a myth. And all any of us remembered was that he was buried on a lifeless rock far away from the known universe. But then the universe expanded. And so did the god. And the seed of creation found its way, and mountains rose, water fell from the heavens, created seas, continents, gave way to life. Truth is, Bane is probably right. If we truly want to lock Tazardun away, we should purge all life from Exandria.
You said the seed fused with him. Can it fuse with another?
Yes. And they will in turn become The chained oblivion.
But
Unshackled madness and evil in its purest form. Darkness.
but
What if
Is-
we found another one?
Another shard of creation?
Yes.
Who would you condemn to such a fate?
If it means saving everyone.
Potentially you're just creating another unspeakable horror that must be locked away somewhere far, far away from everything we know.
Was it always here? It sounds like it was put
In all
here.
of
There's nowhere else we
The
can find to put it.
the shards were scattered in the astral sea. But the astral sea is a plane of unpredictability, which is why when Tazardun were looked away, he was locked away in the prime material plane. The prime material plane follows different laws than any of the other planes. Magic is much more limited, as is power. It was considered a wiser choice to put him here, where even if he were to break free, his power would be severely limited in what they can and cannot do in comparison to any other world. You worry about the people.
Yes.
Depending on how much time we have, we could relocate them. There are other worlds within the prime material plane where they would be safe, far away from the destruction that awaits them if they stay on Exandria.
And then once it destroys Exandria, then what? It goes to the next one? You just keep moving people?
Tassardun's essence is locked into place. You say that he's broken free, but that's not really true. But he is growing in power, and the more people, the more creation he has to devour, the more powerful he will get. We will leave him there. We will leave nothing of creation. We will turn it back into what it once was. Puny, lifeless rock hovering a distant sun. I believe that was the original plan Bane had a long time ago. And all it would cost. Are a few lives.
Whose?
Io pipes up, mine. And Ayun, mine. And Serenray, mine. Many gods wandered into our universe over the years. But Io was the first And we are her creations. We are beings made of Exandria. As long as we're out there, it could never become a barren, lifeless rock. Our powers would keep it.
I
Fertile
don't feel
land.
comfortable with any of this.
You have to understand, this is a little hard to wrap our minds around, that even if we are evacuated, this is our home you're talking about, our world.
You can... We made another choice a long time ago. Bane made another choice a long time ago. It was you, wasn't it, Bane, that compelled Pelor to put that dagger in Mayun? And Bane's like slightly guilty, looking over in the corner, like, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Bane, like, clears his throat slightly. I knew Io and Ayun were beings of Exandria. By killing both of them, I hoped the planet would die by itself. Unfortunately, they didn't die.
There are people here that have a lot more expertise than I do in this, but you said that you sent Thursdoom to the Prime Material Plane because it's less powerful. There's less here for it to feed on.
Yes.
So it came from somewhere else.
The Astral Sea.
And if it could be taken from the Astral Sea to the Prime Material Plane, could it be taken from the Prime Material Plane to another plane?
It could.
And if it were taken to another plane, you're all gods, but you're not all of the gods. Please don't laugh if this is too stupid. But couldn't you all create a plane where there's nothing for it to feed on? Or if it is just the essence that it feeds on, spread out among the entire pantheon, it couldn't possibly have enough. It wouldn't have to kill any of you. It would just take a little cooperation. And it's not like the cooperation hasn't happened before. I mean, the seals that kept Io's tomb, that took cooperation. Blood of the 13. This is just cooperation on a greater scale and for a greater purpose. A more permanent solution.
Roll me an Arcana.
Oh yeah, that'll... Okay.
That'll go well.
Okay, I'm gonna lock it. It's a +0, so I'll just roll d20. Yeah, that's pretty good. Got 2 more out of that. No, that's fitting though. It's so far beyond the scope.
You know nothing of magic, Jamorn Ward.
I know
Well,
level 1
Don't you
spells.
still have
Look,
force
I don't
attack?
know creating planes. Okay.
I think what, like, you do start a discussion, a conversation.
Yeah.
And it's long and it has a lot of complex magical terms, but it basically boils down to the 13 together created a binding. A binding that was fueled by the blood of 13 families that took a pact to the land, to the plane itself, that they would never leave, and it would pass in their bloodline from from father to son, mother to daughter, from here until eternity. And one of the 13 failed, and immediately the seal crumbled. And that is if they were to create a plane, that would be their direct power containing it. It would probably take less than days before whatever god was holding that plane was reduced to nothingness. Even if all the gods together created a plane, it would be their magic directly that Tazardun would be feeding on, and he would be feeding on it. Like,
So he just absorbed the power of 13 deities. And then that was a nice try, kids, but I'm bad.
yeah, pretty much. Which is why, like, the gods cannot contain him. They've never been able to contain him. Even when they were more powerful than they are now, because they stripped themselves of 12th, 11th, and 10th level magic in order to get rid of Tazardun. And it's just a stopgap, because Tazardun is entropy. He is a constant of the universe. There cannot be creation without entropy. There cannot be light without darkness. He needs to exist somewhere. Otherwise, nothing else makes sense. They just put him where they thought he would do the least amount of damage. And it worked. Until, a noobling god stumbled over a plane and was like, yay, playground! And tied so much of her own power into that plane that by stripping that plane, she will literally die, and so will the gods that she directly made.
So
Well-
that's our options then? We
Sure.
leave, you 3 die, and that's the end. Or we stay and we are all destroyed.
You live.
We're creations of Exandria too.
Yes.
So our
You
fate's
will
tied to
live
it.
and die, and your children will live and die, and your grandchildren will live and die, and your harvest will become slightly worse. Your winters will become slightly colder. The sun will become slightly dimmer.
But that's it? We can't do anything to not do that?
You could kill Azardun, but I think that's very unlikely.
How unlikely?
We tried.
Yeah.
We tried so many times. And we
But
failed.
he was taking your power too.
As he will be taking yours. The options are limited, and none of them are great. Either, yes, you're right, Jamorn. You are creations of Exandria. But you are also mortal. And you will perish. Soon. At least in the eyes of Eternal. And then your bond will be broken. And your children will die. And your grandchildren will not be creations of Exandria. They will be creations of whatever plane we move you to. And eventually, all those with Exandrian blood will die, and so will Exandria. And there will be nothing left. Nothing more for Tal'Dorei to feed on. And it will go back to the way it was supposed to be. An ancient elder evil wrapped on a rock, circling a sun, the very edges of known space.
So we're gonna die
Setting aside-
anyways. That's
You
what
were
you're
always
saying.
going to die.
Then why don't we try to kill him? If we're gonna die, might as well die trying to do something. You said it's improbable, not impossible.
But you could live.
I can't
Live
live
long
knowing
enough to have a family.
I can't live knowing that I didn't try to do something that could stop this. It's not living.
We could make it so you don't even remember.
Yeah, no thanks.
No.
Setting aside the millions who would likely refuse to leave the plane anyhow, are you three okay with this?
I feel okay is a very strong term.
I mean, surely you're trying as hard as any of us to think of another way.
We've had millennia to ponder it. I'm afraid no better solution has come to mind. It's not like we forget about it, or that there haven't been discussions. But everyone wants an easy solution to a complicated question, and those are very hard to come by. They're bound to get a little messy sometimes.
Would it be possible to, I don't know how to explain this idea, poison him? Like, create a temporary or fake power for him to feed off of? And then when that fades or, tethers him to be weakened, we could end him.
That's interesting.
Tussardun has a physical shape that can be killed. We've done it many times. Tussardun is not his physical form. Tussardun is the personification of entropy. Tussardun cannot die, because if Tussardun dies, so does all of creation. There is a balance to all things. Darkness, light, creation, entropy. Like a circle, we're all locked into our respective positions. We've weakened him many times, but never enough to kill him. I think your options comes down to this. Either you rally the greatest force the world has ever seen, kill his physical shape, and we condemn some other place the fate that you're trying to avoid, or remove every soul away that can be moved. And those people get to have a life. And Tussardun gets to remain where he is. The last time we banished him, almost half of the Pantheon was lost, as well as 2 worlds. If you try to move him, let's hope it goes easier this time. There's a certain amount of raging one can do before you realize that what you're fighting it's so much bigger than you. You might not just as well exist. Tussardun is not a god. He was, but now he is a constant. You're all tired, and it's been a long day. We all have many things to think about. Why don't we take some time, think about things, and we'll reconvene in the morning. We'll use this opportunity to reach out to some of the other gods, see if any of them has input on the situation. There's like a snort from Lyra, like, yeah, good luck with that. I'm just here for the entertainment anyway.
Snacks and more popcorn.
Look, straight up, like you would have had probably like a 5-hour talk and absorbed a lot of information that is just Tussardun cannot be killed. Not really. You can only kill his physical form, but the seed of creation is it cannot be destroyed, not without destroying creation. And there are multiple seed of creations. Io is a seed of creation, so like Io would die, but her seed of creation would probably like be let loose in the astral plane again and wander until it manifested in another physical form. not Io, but probably something similar. Serenray and Ioun would die because they were humans until
Right.
elevation. So your options are either you try to kill Tasardun's physical shape and then banish him to some other boondock part of the realms and watch the circle repeat itself. You basically evacuate Tal'Dorei or Exandria, and it goes back to being what it was always meant to be, a prison for Tasardun. Or you declare war on everything and try to fight it out. At which point, I mean, yeah, Bane wins either way, because what will be left of Ravnica except the smoking wasteland? In case you guys missed it, the theme of this campaign was always, there's not always good choices. Here are some shitty ones.
About how long do you think banishing him would buy us? Or like,
Banishing him to another plane?
yeah,
Well, first you'd have to kill his physical
right.
That's easy.
That
That's
killed
the
half,
easiest part
Yeah.
of it.
yeah, that killed half the gods
Sure.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're more
So
than gods.
like,
No, we're
and
not.
also they had to sacrifice their 12th, 11th, and 10th levels to do. Like, they
I'll
can't
say-
cast.
I'll
those.
sacrifice my really cool axe.
So cord, you're gonna sacrifice that little piece of cord that gave you.
And it would buy you tons of time. Like, the Dawn War was a couple of thousand years ago, and then like the creation itself was maybe 10,000 years before that. You could live out the rest of your life in peace, not worrying, knowing that that's something for your grandchildren.
I'm not comfortable with that.
And we evacuate Exandria. And, you know, Chained Oblivion, Tarasdun, he eventually chews up all of Exandria. And furthermore, that maybe they just unmake it. So there's really not much to gnaw on.
Mm-hmm.
What is stopping him from leaving Exandria?
Right.
Their plan was always to like keep him, like not let him have enough to feed on to be strong enough to move.
But he's been snacking.
So
Yeah. Yeah, like
So who's to say that he
they
already
are
has enough power?
basically, yeah, like what they are basically suggesting is that they'll evacuate Exandria, and then Ioun, Serenray, and Io will fight him to the death, trying to tap as much of his power away from him as possible before.
Jesus.
Yeah. Or you could do nothing. Shove your fingers in your ears, hum na 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 na, and pretend that the world isn't ending.
Do I have enough?
That's what we're doing in
Do
real
I
life
have-
right now.
Yeah.
To be fair. Yeah, where's the true end?
Yeah.
Do I have enough hearts? Can I get the secret ending, please?
This is a very weird visual novel.
There's no good ending.
There is no good ending. Well,
You know what? Just let the
Me and
gods die.
Saranthia could just go live somewhere else.
But
like,
would you
it sucks,
truly be safe if you just went and was like, nope?
I don't know.
Exactly.
We don't know.
Exactly.
And we're not going to know.
Nope.
No,
So, given
that's
that,
not it.
I think we need to break the cycle.
yeah, I think as difficult as it is, the best hope that the most people have isn't on Exandria. It was doomed from the start.
Yep.
And it will be a painful process to those of us who know Exandria and have only known Exandria, but we know each other, and we'll have that wherever we are. Exandria is just a planet, it's just a place.
And it's better giving up this than allowing the cycle to just repeat. If we could even make it do that.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's even a chance that we can have the Chained Oblivion strand on a dead world, that's probably our best bet.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, it isn't even our decision to make. It's up to them.
There will be people that will.
I guess I more meant these three. Ian and Serenor.
Riven, is there a fan on?
No, but
It's
I have a
like-
window open.
Yeah, your mic's like
Yeah.
constantly on blowing.
Oh.
And I think everyone struggles with sleep
Yeah.
that evening.
Ooh,
Not sleep.
Oh yeah.
ain't no sleep.
Mm-mm.
I'ma go crit a diva.
That'll make me feel better. Decapitating a
Can-
diva.
Yeah, no.
Please don't
Oh.
decapitate the divas. They're having a hard time as it is as well.
Yeah.
Can I
Oh, wait.
get wisdom saving throw from everyone?
Oh. Oh. Oh.
I'm feeling
Oh.
so lucky.
Hey, fuck it. I choose to fail it.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I probably fail it, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Look at the cleric. Look at that cleric.
Boom boom.
Let me hear you say wayo.
Way-ho.
Wayo.
Way. No.
Tolash.
Yes.
You wake up It's morning. It's slightly chilly.
I don't
Not
think-
cold, but like it's early. It hasn't gotten warm yet. Except for your left side, which is overly warm. Too hot. Like you like the chill.
Yes, it is
The-
very
you're
nice.
you're chill with the chill, like, but your left side is like too hot.
I look at the souls as why it's on.
It's mainly Sigrid.
Mainly Sigrid,
That's
kind
like-
of figured.
Yeah, rolled up next to you.
Hmm. Adorable.
She is. Cool. You are in a room that you don't recognize. But you kind of do. Like, the more you look at it, the more you recognize. This is your bedroom. Well, yours and Sigrid's bedroom. Mainly Sigrid's bedroom, but I mean, you've been sleeping here pretty right lately. Outside the window, you can hear a small village slowly coming to life. You're pretty high up. You would guess probably like a 4-story building. The room is not quite as opulent as what you remember Sigrid's bedroom to be, but nice. Like, definitely, probably like solid merchant wealth, just not crazy merchant wealth.
Mm-hmm.
We had. And you remember things, right? 2 layers of memories that stack on top of one another. You remember being born a slave. But you also remember being born into a clan of fighters. You remember playing with Sigrid when you were children. But you also remember her hiring your clan as mercenaries. A lot of things are different, but also very similar. You do know that you are not in Wildmount.
Yeah, kind of figured that. Hmm. Whatever it is, I am not going to wake her at this moment. Because I don't get the feeling, personally, I don't feel this is entirely real. Because this is not where I left myself.
No. And you are in the North Country. In Imilar, a city on the coast of Lake Ashane. That borders the Endless Waste and the Great Dale.
Why does crazy shit keep happening?
Who else failed their save? It was
Riven, for one.
Yeah, I chose to.
Riven.
I chose to
You
fail.
chose to fail.
Mhm.
Riven.
Yep.
You awaken to the creaking of a to you this is quite familiar. Like you was on the pirate ship only a few days ago. There is that familiar smell of like sea and tar and old wood, new wood. The faint sense of food. The slight rocking of being on the sea. And you too have 2 sets of memories. You remember being Riven. You remember growing up with your mothers. But you also remember being raised in the sea with your mother. In the elemental plane of water. You remember rebelling against the constraints of nobility and responsibility. Running away. When you met a pirate that had accidentally sailed through a portal and ended up in the elemental plane of water. And now you find yourself here with a safe harbor in Kerkadir. On the Moonshale Isles, just off the Sword Coast. You hear a shout, a familiar shout from above deck. And it is Rose's voice, and it's basically raise the black sails. Like we're pirating, people.
Mm-hmm.
As sea prey. And you hear another familiar voice, which basically goes like, ah yeah, pirating, and it's Zazie, who you can recall as a friend from the Cobalt Reserve, but over those memories are of a beer drinking, staff slugging pirate who has the habit of just punching people if they disagree with her. Which, to be honest, it is pretty much Zazie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she hasn't changed all that much.
Yeah, she's black sails now instead of blue robes. Yeah.
But you do not have any memories of this world of Nazira or White Eye. You do, however, remember who your mother here is, the woman who gave birth to you. And who your real father is. Another hapless sailor who chose not to sail away, but to stay on the elemental plane of water. Jamorn. You wake up to a super familiar sound. An angry scream of Georgie as she's like, "No, that's my toy! Give it back!" In the normal ways of 4-year-olds everywhere, as something has apparently offended her.
Yep.
Which immediately sets off the cry of infant babies. And Zara kind of like rolls over and she's like, "Are they too old for us to drown them in the bath? They do that with kittens, right?"
Nope. Not okay. I'll take care of it.
"Thank you."
That's a very effective way of getting somebody else to go do that.
If you don't do it, I'm drowning
Yeah.
them.
Okay, I guess I'm getting up.
I mean, you do know she was like up at 3 breastfeeding. She's like, it's fucking your turn.
Yeah.
I hate life right now. And yeah, very much like the others, you too remembers the story of Jam and Zara and how they met. But you also remember another story. A less violent one, where your call was where you were never asked to kill for a crown or country, but rather your talents at tinkering were appreciated. I mean, yeah, you're a man of your actions. There have been times when your home, your family has been threatened and you've stepped up to the plate. But the Jam here has seen much less bloodshed than the Jam there. The house is cozy, small, a little bit crowded. You find your father like half asleep on the couch in the living room as he's trying to soothe a still crying Georgie. She's carrying what appears to be a pretty roughly made mechanical bird, like probably something you made for her.
Yeah.
And one of the wings appear to have been used as a teething soother by one of the babies. One of the, like, it's missing a feather or two.
Sure.
Georgie seems inconsolable, and your father is like, "Georgie lass, I'm sure your dad would be able to write up. Like, why don't we read this story for the 600th time? It's your favorite."
Also, was Georgie a vampire?
Georgie was touched by something other. It's a tragic thing sometimes happen to those who live where the mist gathers. She has a touch of the Shadowfell of her. A bit of that shadow sorcery. But no, she's not a vampire.
Okay.
But she is a shadow sorcerer.
Yeah.
And you have a successful business, as does Zara, making potions and various other shall we call them, alchemical? I mean, it's fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Right here in High Moon, in the Dalelands. A hub of trade and a smallish town, 20,000 inhabitants. On the edge of what was once the elven homelands, but has now become into something of a hub between various races and a bustling trade town. As it is right at the edge of where Cormyr, Zambia, and Cormanther meet in the Dalelands. Maya.
Yes.
You find yourself in bed with your wife. The pillow is slightly damp from, well, sweat and sweat. It's hot. Still early, so it hasn't really gotten to that really uncomfortable stage yet, but it will. It's high summer, and that time is coming. Fortunately, your wife is really good at those climate control spells. It's just, you break her concentration sometimes. She doesn't seem to. The water, like, you're on the coast, which helps a little bit, but the fact that you're next to the river, yeah. At least Saranthia can keep the mosquitoes away. It's coming up on high summer. But the wizard tower here is mostly climate controlled. And, well, one good thing you'll say about Waterdeep is even though the climate can be a bit shit sometimes, you've never lacked for an audience. You grew up further north in Luskan, which is a city that you can say many things for, but art and culture is not what it's known for. And coming to Waterdeep is probably the smartest thing you've ever done in your life. Not only did you meet Saranthia here, but you've laid the world of the stage in front of your feet. And this is where your destiny lies. And yeah, there are other memories. Memories of a different Maya and a different Saranthia. But the truth is, your stories are very similar. The only thing... There's no jam. No ribbon. No Talash. No brook. But you are warm. And there's a very hot wife next to you, and god damn it, you missed your wedding night. And she's still a super powerful wizard, and how hard can it be to track down a bunch of people that you knew in a different life?
I mean, that's only like 2 or 3 spells, honestly.
I mean, as long as they work.
Fair.
Sending might be difficult when you're like, I know the person that you used to be in another world, but not. I think there might be some small script there. Might not work as intended under the circumstances that God had
Hello,
transposed
new
you
sending, who dis?
in. Yes, exactly. And finally, we get to Brooke. Brooke,
Hey,
you wake up early. The room is the same as the one you went to sleep in. You're still Brooke. You're still in Seren Ray's plane. And the room is empty. The others have gone. And you see Io standing with her arms crossed, like not in a dismissive gesture, but more in the I'm waiting for something gesture. You know, I've been standing here for a long time and this is comfortable.
right.
You're awake.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I wanted to talk to you.
Are you okay?
No. Then neither are you. Are you?
No.
Your faith is so strong. Truly is a radiant beacon that shines from you. I could find you just about anywhere. And she sort of like just strokes like her thumb over your forehead. Like there is actual light coming off you. I'm sorry I can't keep my promise to you. I really did want to take you on a walk.
That's okay. I'll still take you with me everywhere I go.
I know. And once all of this is over, maybe the part of me that remains will find its way back to you.
I will always be your beacon.
And I hope I'll deserve to be yours.
To me, you already do.
The others left. Well, they didn't leave. Lyra took them.
So this is it then.
No time like the present. We'll move everyone else, one by one. But it seemed cruel to leave them wondering what their new life would be.
Brooke's just kind of speechless, just taking it all in.
You did me a great favor. So I would like to offer one in return.
Oh?
There are many gods. Some who even owe me a favor or two. I know you search for knowledge. If you want, I could ensure you end up in the service of one of them.
I would appreciate that.
Good. I'll make it so.
Thank you.
You need to close your eyes for this.
Okay.
And as you close your eyes, you can sort of feel her leaning in and giving you a kiss on the forehead. And it's quick, like a butterfly wing. And you open your eyes and the room is different. Gone is the desert climate. You're in a very simple, small room. It has a bed, a desk, a chair, a chest of personal belongings, and it's covered with books and scrolls. You are in Candlekeep. The library fort on a crag overlooking the Sea of Azure. It is the greatest collection of writing in all of Varen. You remember being born here. Your parents, both clerics of Ogma. It seemed only natural that you would follow in their path. And so do you. Currently, you're a researcher here, and that's been what you've been doing for the past 3 years. But lately, you've been stumbling upon some really just thrilling stuff about the inherent meaning of divinity and how to attain godhood, even. The idea that the gods themselves could give some of their own power to mortals, thereby letting them ascend when they shuffle this mortal coil. This is the center of lore, and you are only days away from publishing your own paper. Something that will truly revolutionize how the concept of divinity is recognized among clerics and wizards alike. The idea that divine and arcane are not as far separated as previously has been assumed. In fact, all magic works on a similar wavelength. But you remember. You remember everything. And for the others, it's like one set of memories on top of another set of memories. But for you, it's not like that at all. You distinctly remember every second of 2 separate lives. There's a knock on your door.
I would open it.
You look into a very familiar. It's Sarenrae. But it's not. It's a young woman with golden hair and dark skins. A human about your own age. And you remember the last thing you realized just before Io brushed her lips over your forehead. She created the gods, and they could never leave as gods. But if they were mortal, they could. Sarenrae does not seem to remember you, but you do remember being her friend in this life. As well as, now that you think of it, a very studious looking human female that looks very similar to Ioun. They're both here in Candlekeep with you, the center of knowledge for all the civilized. And you know one more thing. Io wasn't the only one to stay behind. She burned her world. And herself with it. But Bane did go with her. It was her plan. He wanted to see it through to the end. Plus, there wasn't room for a god like him anymore. Not in the world that you and your friends are going to create. And yeah, there's a bunch of people that you probably should reach out. That is a story for a different campaign. The end.
I'm crying so hard.
Same.
Did not expect.
Same.
Sad, but touching.
I mean, this campaign was. There were other outcomes. There were other things that could have happened along the way. And some of them were a lot less horrible, and some were a lot less sad. But
Don't tell us that.
Exandria was always going to
Oh,
bite
okay.
people.
Wonderful.
Wow, that was really good.
I need a cigarette.
Me too.